Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Best teammates.
It is an empty room today.
Well, it's not entirely empty. There's a heap of beer in here.
Well, that's right. Thanks, our friends
Looks half like a brewery.
at Little Bang Brewery.
Are they our new friends?
Well, the CEO will be in this room in an hour and a half.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so
Make it happen, Andy.
That's why I'm in the hoodie.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice.
But also, big shouts out to Shifty Lizard as well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's right, yeah. And Coopers.
Yeah, that's right. Andy Martin, Matt Burgess, we're here for Best Teammates. 2 seats vacant.
Yep, 2 seats vacant, 2 seats filled.
Yes. One of the vacant seats, I believe, is in Bali.
Yep.
And the other is at home with a child that's teething.
Yeah. I know which one I'd rather be.
A teething child?
No. Yeah, you get everything done for you.
What's your go-to place in Bali?
My go-to place?
Yeah.
I've only been there once.
And where did you head? Did you go to those?
No, we didn't do much because I went there to DJ. So I was in and out. It wasn't really like a week-long holiday. I was only there for 2 or 3 nights. Should I tell this story?
Yep.
Fuck it. All right. So we happened to have a couple of friends over there at the same time. So I took Kira with me because I was DJing and I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll take her with me.
Yep.
Bit of a holiday. And it just happened to be 2 weeks after our wedding. So it wasn't our honeymoon, but we sort of went, it's a good opportunity to go away. I was booked in for a tattoo, so it's about a 5-6 hour sit.
Did you have to ever think about before you booked the tattoo and if this is going to be a good thing or not?
Getting it there?
Yeah.
Oh,
From a medical and an art point of view?
No, because I'd spoken to people that had got it done at the same place and they said it was clean and hygienic and everything was all good. So I was reasonably confident going in. Yeah. So what happened was I had the 5-6 hour sit in the chair for my tattoo and then the other friends that were there came and met us there. They picked Kira up and they went to some bars and went and had lunch and stuff like that. So by the time they got back to me, they were in real good spaces.
Yeah.
And I was playing catch up. Yeah. And anyway, it just turned out that we went to one of the little bars on the beach there and it was happy hour and it was these 2-for-1 strawberry cocktail, pure petrol things. And we sat there and we smashed those for 2 hours. It was 5 till 7 p.m. was the happy hour. And by the time we stood up at 7 o'clock, we could barely walk. Like we were that blind. Anyway, Jay, who's my mate that was over there with his partner, Laura, they said, well, we'll come back to the villa and, we've got some gin and some other stuff there that we can get stuck into and some wine. And we thought, yeah, okay, no worries. So went there and we got stuck into the gin and we just, one of those drinking sessions where it's so spontaneous, but you don't realise how much you're actually drinking.
Yeah.
And how fucked up you're going to be.
Was it the strawberry daiquiri things that you were drinking?
Yeah.
So it's quite easy to down them, so to speak.
Correct, yeah. You just, the taste was nothing like alcohol. Yeah. And it was just, you were putting them down so easy and they were cheap and
big fruity fun.
Big, just a fruit blast in your mouth.
Oh, God. And also the drink.
So we went back to their villa. We were staying, like the hotel that this promoter put me up in, like our window backed up to, what was the big main nightclub there on the main street? What was it called again?
Oh, in Kuta?
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember. It's like the main. It was the big one that all the big acts played at.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my window backed up right next to that.
You're
so
good.
It was just like hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're at the villa, we're drinking away, and time was getting away from us, and I had to play that night. Yep. This was on the Saturday night, and I had to play about 1 o'clock in the morning. And we got so pissed that we fell asleep at the villa. Like, we were done. We were like, pack it up. Like, that's just when the night ends.
Yeah.
I woke up randomly and checked my phone, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. And I'd probably been asleep for 3 or 4 hours, or two hours by this stage. So
when you went to sleep, did you have the thought in your head, if you remember, I'm just going to have a little nap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll be right and away I'd go.
Yeah.
So I think I'd fallen asleep for maybe an hour by this stage. And it was like 10:30. And I thought, I got to go here because I got to go get ready.
Yeah.
Got to get my music, got to get my headphones.
Yeah.
And I for the life of me couldn't wake Kira up. So I left her.
Yeah.
And I just left her at my friend's villa.
Old chlorophyll Kira.
Just left her at my friend's villa. And I thought, you know what? I'll get her in the morning and life's good. Yeah. And anyway.
At least she's safe.
She's safe, yeah. She's with some friends that we both know and we feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Jumped in a cab.
Yeah.
Because what's the other? It's like Cooter and what's the other? Like
Seminyak.
Seminyak.
Yeah,
so we were in Seminyak. I had to get to Cooter.
Yeah.
Jumped in a cab. I think it's only like 5Ks, but on a Saturday night, it took.
Oh yeah.
Nearly an hour and a half.
The traffic doesn't move.
No, it took nearly an hour and a half, and I was dozing in and out of sleep in this cab.
Yeah.
Like, oh mate, I haven't been that pissed for a long time. I get to my hotel room. By this stage, it's like 11:30, 12 o'clock. I'm playing at 1.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
And I get to the hotel, and I push the button on the elevator, and there's a little Balinese guy standing at the bottom of the elevator.
Yeah.
And he starts,
hello.
Yeah. And he goes, fresh till death. And I was like, yeah. He goes, I'm here to take you to the club. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not ready.
My liver is.
So I said, all right. I said, mate, I got to go upstairs. I got to get changed.
Yeah.
I got to get my headphones. I got to get my USBs, and I'll meet you back down here.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, done. Next thing I remember, the door being bashed down on my room and the hotel phone ringing. I'd fallen asleep, and it was 10-1.
Shit.
And I started in 10 minutes.
Oh my God.
So I thought, okay, I've just got to grit the teeth and do this. Like, I felt like shit.
Yep.
I was starting to sober up. I was starting to get that hungover, gross feel.
Yep.
Quickly just pulled on the worst pair of board shorts you've ever seen, a shitty T-shirt, a hat.
Yeah.
And I walked to the club. It was like 3-4 minute walk. Rocked up. My rider's there. And at that stage, I was like, I can't look at alcohol.
Yeah.
Let alone drink it.
Yeah.
So played my set. It was the longest hour of my life.
Yeah.
There's a couple of Aussie dudes there that I knew that came to Reds all the time.
Yeah.
They just happened to be in Bali at the same time. I gave them my rider. So, like, basically a dozen beers, a bottle of vodka, a bottle of Fireball, this stuff. They thought I was the best bloke in the world.
Yeah,
but really, in actual fact, I couldn't stomach it.
Yeah.
So, gave them the rider. And it was like, you know, when you're so hungover and you finish work and you're like, just get me home.
Yeah.
I just want to go home.
Every day.
And so...
Hey, phone. Dad.
So, finished my set. By this stage, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I walked back to the hotel, and I had both the hotel keys at this stage.
Yeah.
And I swiped the card to get into the room, and Kira's in the bed.
That would have freaked you out
I was
mentally.
like, how did you get back here? How did you get into the room? I had both the keys. And she's like, well, they just let me in.
Oh,
so,
good.
So that's safe. Yeah. That fills me with confidence. And she can't remember getting back.
Wow. That's a worry.
And that was my Bali experience.
Did you get rebooked?
No.
Was it just the one gig, or did you do
just the
like
one
3
gig.
nights? Okay.
No, it was just one. And then we stayed an extra 2 nights and just...
Which club was it? Is it the one that all the Aussies go play at?
No, it was this new one. I can't actually remember what it was called. That's how well I'm going.
It wasn't like the Potato Heads?
Nah,
or,
it wasn't.
like
It was nothing like that. It was this new one that had just opened up, and it was actually really nice. Like, there was some... It was a big room, and...
Is it the one that was on the main strip of Seminyak?
No, it's in Cooter.
Oh, it is in Cooter.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It is. I'll be able to tell you. I'll tell you by the end of the show because I've got it on my
I'm going to go
Instagram.
through every single street and see if you know it. So, is it Seminyak South? when I was last in Bali, I was blind in the back of a Bluebird taxi.
Bluebird, that's the one. One
of the legit ones, though.
Yeah, not a scam one.
Not a scam one.
It's called Lexi, LXXY.
Oh, you haven't heard of that one?
Yeah,
It's probably not there.
Don't know how well it's going.
After that night, I'm sure they shut down. Well, actually, back on that, before I get into my story, how was your set? Because when I was doing, say, if I was playing at Earth at 1 till 2, and I wasn't working beforehand, I would try to get a nap in, get up, not drink beforehand, go in there, and sometimes it was like a hit and miss of a set because I was sober.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're mentally aware of what's going on, so you're not as relaxed when you're DJing and stuff. In your space, because you're like kind of hungover from the night.
I was
plus you had
mixed.
the sleep hangover.
Yeah. Plus I just spent 6 hours in a tattoo chair, so I was dehydrated as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what? That was towards the end of my DJing
Career.
So I was on autopilot.
Okay.
So I pretty much played the same set.
It was a pre-recorded Ableton set.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I think I got on the mic a few times and carried on like a bit of a pork chop. But
Yeah. What's up, Melbourne?
They loved it. Wait, I'm not in Perth.
Oh, shit. What's going on, Tokyo? Man, this guy's fucking awesome. He's been everywhere.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he hasn't. Wants to go everywhere. When I was in the back of his cab, blind at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon,
Yeah.
like looking out, heads hanging on the interior of the car, like just like the eyes, just looking at shit as that it moves past. And I remember seeing in this shop was like a painting on like an easel for sale, and I was like, "Fuck, I want that." And
Just randomly.
I didn't know why.
Yeah.
And it was like it was a painted donkey with like these rainbow colours on it. And it looked awesome.
Yeah.
For the 1 second that I saw it, and then we kept driving, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, we're going to go back to that place, and I'm going to buy it. Never bought art in my whole art collecting career.
And haven't since.
Yeah, ever since. But like, I couldn't remember where it was because I was blind. These streets all look the same after a while.
So you wanted to go back and get it when you were had some time. Yeah.
But I thought it was the sort of thing. You know how like big paint in Bali. Like you can go to pretty much anywhere and buy the same handmade paintings. There's probably like a painting factory, like a 4-year-old painting the same shit like 80 times a day, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool. Well, that might be the case. So we went around the place and couldn't find this painting. And then I got back to the hotel that night and I actually drew it. I'll see if I can get the actual drawing. I drew the painting for what I can remember in that 1 second of seeing the painting, and looked for it for days, like 3 days of just walking everywhere trying to find this painting. Found it and bought it. And it was like heaps expensive. It was like, I don't know, like $300 or $400 Australian. In the end.
Really?
Yeah.
So it wasn't,
met the guy that painted it, took a photo with him. I think he was the one that.
This is a full experience.
Yeah, it was. And brought it back.
Had to pay extra for your oversized luggage.
No, because that's
it wasn't on the
easel.
easel.
No, because they take it off the frame
it's
and then they
canvas.
roll it up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then you got to put it on your own frame.
Yeah, correct. So when we
it
came back here,
turns out to be like $1,000 painting.
Yeah, fuck, it was too. God damn. Gotta love Bali. They scare me. Like I said, big art.
Yeah.
Get you every time. But oh man, I actually had found the like the Microsoft Paint version of what I did.
Right. So okay. How does it stack up against the real thing?
It was really close. If I look up donkey, maybe it's just my dick.
I was going to say, it's not to Google, is it?
Yeah, just me. Check out my OnlyFans, guys.
Yeah. Donkey art.
I'll show you later.
Put it up on the socials. Do you know what I love about Bali the most, though? And it's only a small sample.
Yeah.
Is like, so we had a driver
Yep.
that was basically just on call for us.
Oh, yeah.
And he just takes you where he thinks you want to go.
Yeah.
He took us to this like place where it was all this like 3D art, and you stand there and you get photos. It looks like you're in a shark's mouth, and it looks like you're walking
full
over
tourist style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we never asked to go here. They cost us like $20 each to go in. I'm like, he's getting a cut of this. For sure.
Well, that's what happens.
Yeah.
So, like, if they'll have agreements with hotels or tourist places, and they'll get a cut of the tickets. And
What
stuff.
about the lack of road rules? It's just literally.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's road rules.
No, it's just you just fucking put your head down and hit an intersection with confidence, and if you get through, you get through.
Yeah.
It's organised chaos.
Yeah,
that's what it is. And
is.
and there's no traffic, like apart from the dickheads on scooters. Like
was
you
just
rarely
gonna say,
see any crashes.
I was one of those dickheads on the scooters the second time round when I went there. Like, we got scooters, and it opened up a whole new world of like where to go. You can go wherever you want, as long as you can get petrol at some point. And
you just go to the bar and tip those daiquiris in.
well, what I found is the only way to really nail those intersections properly without killing yourself and being so natural is be laid back and have a few on you before you head out.
Just lose your inhibitions.
Yeah, like I'm assuming No, I'm not assuming. I wouldn't be this type of person, but I probably was. You know, like on a current affair where they like interview schoolies, and there was this like, thing where the guy rolls up on the scooter, the chick on the back, and he's like hammered, and then he just rides off. That was possibly me back in the day, minus the chick on the back. So. But yeah, me and Tommy were over there. We, lease the scooters or hire the scooters or whatever you have, and it has opened up a whole big world of like places to go. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But it's scary as fuck.
Went to like this coffee place where they
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was weird. At the time I didn't drink coffee.
Like a
so I didn't-
cafe
No,
or
no,
like
it
a
was
place
like-
where
it
they
was-
actually grow coffee?
It's like where they like the beans and
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
Is that where they do like the Indonesian one where they feed it to chickens, it shits it out, and then they make that into coffee?
Yeah, maybe. I've probably eaten chicken shit, yeah. Went to the monkey forest as well. You know,
Oh, yeah?
There
Yeah.
was some-
In
out near Ubud or whatever.
Yeah,
it's called.
Ubud.
Ubud.
yeah, that's where I got another painting as well.
Did you?
Yeah, and
What? Did you just go to Bali to collect art?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I got 2 massive paintings, and I made sure, like for some weird reason, I made sure that I got photos with the people that painted it for authenticity.
So they didn't get a certificate with it?
This guy had the limpest wrist
Oh, no.
ever in this photo.
Right.
It's amazing. I'll dig it up.
Hardest wrist.
Yeah,
Is that a thing?
well, arthritis from all that painting, I guess.
Arthritis wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's probably doing 80 a day.
That's a lot.
Yeah, man. It's
That's
like,
heaps.
he's
yeah.
the Nike of the paint world. Just fucking
Turning it out.
Just turn it out. There's this, what do they call those? What do they call the factories?
Sweatshops.
Yeah, it's a paint sweatshop.
Paint sweatshops.
Yeah, just-
yeah.
That's why they have like a lot of those splash effects. It's not actually the paint; it's the sweat off the person that's actually doing it. Because
Yeah. They're not watercolours.
that's
Sweat.
that's
Would you go to hospital there? I remember seeing the like.
Oh, I probably should have.
Really?
Yeah, with the amount of drinking that I had.
Yeah, true.
But I wouldn't want to. I feel like I'd probably come out missing a liver and probably with more things wrong with me than going in.
A couple of diseases.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about people trying to sell you stuff on the side of the road?
Yeah, cocaine.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
You're like,
Yeah.
come on, mate.
I brought my own.
Yeah.
I'm like, just relax, buddy.
You want to buy some off me?
Yeah. There's always like an old 50-year-old man who's like,
Yeah.
you're a federale.
Yeah. 100% you are. Yeah. Yeah.
Brought my own. No, I didn't. But yeah, they're always selling you shit. I mean, for me, it was always weed, coke,
Yeah.
whatever they were trying to get rid of, allegedly.
Yeah. Whatever they could arrest you on.
Yeah, like boogie board bags. Why do I want this? I'll put it on my back. Oh, no, now I'm arrested.
Headphones.
Yeah. Asking if I was Cassie.
Yeah. Like I'm blonde, but I'm not Cassie.
Yeah. Sorry, you all look the same. Anyway, where's
What's her name? Boogie board girl. What was her name?
I think is she back up in
Oh,
Queensland?
yeah, is she out? She's out.
Yeah.
isn't she?
Like she's been on TV in doing reality things.
Oh, yeah,
What's the
that's
name?
right. She's a
Does it start with an
celebrity.
S.
Chappelle
Corby.
Yeah.
That's right.
Matt Corby's sister. No. No relation.
Do you reckon she rode that fame of Matt Corby when he brought out the songs, like in jail?
100%.
This is my cousin, guys.
Yeah. Wrote this about me.
It's like me with Dustin Fletcher. I'm like, yeah, I'm related.
Running with it. Every footballer you meet.
Well, anyone that's ever been incorporated with water, I'm like, I beat Japan. Like, dude, bro, I just sell water for a living. I know, but I beat Japan
And I've
once in a pool.
swum in water. Yeah. Couch, you know.
But yeah, if you were Chappelle Corby with this Cassie chick,
Yeah.
you know the one that
Yeah.
got done
Yeah.
trying
Headphones.
to doing the old mate.
Yeah.
Well, she was in the paper the other day,
Cassie or Chappelle?
Cassie,
Right.
and it was like it was an article promoting the fact that she'd lost weight,
Wonder why.
and no one gives a fuck. Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
No one wrote that in the comments of the advertiser.
They need to.
Yeah.
There's two reasons.
There we go.
There's
Done.
two reasons. She's on her own supply,
Yep.
or they don't feed you much in the Colombian jails.
Bit of both, I'd say.
Probably both.
Well, they probably would feed you the Colombian's finest coffee, which is a white
Yeah.
colour rather than the general brown.
Would you go to Bali again?
Nah.
Nah, I don't think
I'm
so.
done with Bali.
Yeah. I don't think I'd like Thailand. Doesn't interest me.
The last time I went to Bali, it felt like it was just like we stayed in Canggu, which is like, you know, it's next to Seminyak, but it's like a bit out.
Yeah.
And it was good, apart from the rats running through the middle of the house. But
I think what Jared's done's good, like the villa thing. Like if you do it in a non-touristy place,
and
you have your own space,
your own little compound.
Correct. Yeah, I think if you do it, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I think we're at different stages of life now where we're probably not going with 8 to 10 mates to just kick the shit out of it for a week.
What about the footy trip? You guys going to have one this year?
No, I don't.
Do you guys ever have? I don't know.
They're kind of dying. I think they're a dying art. The footy trip. Even Mad Mondays are sort of not a thing anymore. You do it.
Is that because of the damage that can be done if people see what you're actually doing?
Maybe a little bit of that, but I think this, like, we're going to have what's called Silly Saturday, and you plan it. So it's like a week after the last. So our C grade are in the finals this week.
Okay.
All right. So we'll do it after they lose.
Oh, good.
The week after. So we'll wait for them. So, yeah, we had our last game on the weekend and we didn't just dive straight into Mad Monday. So we sort of, you put it on ice.
You had Sad Saturday instead.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, pretty much. So we'll wait until everyone's free and then we'll do it the week after that. So, but yeah, I think footy trips they're not big anymore. They're not what they used to. I think everyone values their money and their life a bit too much now. Yeah. Social life and stuff like that.
Well,
so.
And, without getting too political here, like the woke culture, like there's too much that can be lost by the smallest thing happening.
Yep, correct. And everyone's filming everything these days as well. So something's bound to end up in the wrong hands or on social media and can ruin your reputation of your footy club. Yeah, yeah. So I think guys are just a bit more cautious.
So what are you guys going to do for Mad Monday? What's the plan for that Saturday?
Well, so we're building new club rooms at the moment. They're due to be completed, I think, end of October. So we're just going to spend as much time in the old ones. A lot of history there and stuff like that.
Do you get to have like a bashing down party?
I don't know if we're having a bashing down, but we're having a last drinks for it.
Okay.
So I might try and ask the president if we can incorporate a bashing down.
Get in a few sledgies?
Yeah, a few sledgies. Yeah. Just put one through the floor.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Take out a few walls.
Bit of aggression released. So I don't know. Yeah, that'd be nice. But we're having a last drinks for it. I know that. I assume that just means just drink everything that's in the building, so they don't have to move it to the new one.
That's a good excuse.
Yeah, that'd be a big night.
What do you guys drink most in the club?
Because there's such an eclectic mix of people. So you've got your old Broadies have this reputation of having like barflies because they're open during the week.
Oh, okay,
right. So there's your older guys that sit there and they just drink like your VBs and your West Ends on tap.
Yeah.
Then there's like two females, like women's teams, like open women's, and then there's 3 open men's teams. So there's a lot of seltzer. Yeah. A lot of seltzer. A lot of seltzer drank.
Yeah, you're not saying that with a smile.
No, couple of mango seltzers. Yeah. If there's this thing where if all 5 teams win, so the 3 men's teams and the 2 women's teams, then they'll do like $5 cruises for like 3 hours. It's so, and, you know, like these young dudes are like walking around with 4-packs. Yeah, yeah. So they've just spent $20 and bought 4 cruises, and they're still in the cardboard.
But that's so decent.
It's great. That's bottle shop prices.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Like I was at a pub last night and got a glass of wine. Oh, look at me go. Times have changed,
so
haven't
sophisticated.
They? Yeah, it is. I was talking about my art, having some wine. I was like, back in Bali days, I got this drawing of a donkey. And that was like $14 a glass.
Jesus.
So like...
Do you know they've got different sizes now? Kira and I went to dinner the other night and she asked me for the Pinot Noir.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like... Get the 250ml one. Yeah. And I looked on the menu and it was like a 150ml, a 250ml, and a 350ml. I'm like...
Yeah, well, I just knew there was 2.
I didn't know you could get different, size. It was weird. I've never seen that before. I'm not a massive wine drinker, so it's probably not something I've been exposed to.
Well, a lot of things get exposed when you drink wine.
Yeah, true.
But the other way around, not so much.
Yeah, a couple of 250 mils.
Yeah, a couple of
250 centimetres.
When I order wine at the bar, they're always like, do you want a small or large? Like, which one do you want?
Yeah, it's so small. Small being the glass and large being the bottle. Is that how it works? That's how it would work to me.
No, because on the glass, I think there's only one little line, but the normal line is like the large, and then maybe it's half that for a small.
Yeah, gotcha.
I don't know. Is it better value getting more? Don't know.
Not sure. Do you know, like when you pour your own glasses and what? So sometimes I'll see Kira pour a glass of wine at home. Those glasses are fucking huge.
Well, it's
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's deceiving. It doesn't look like it's that you're putting that much in.
Yeah.
But it's quite a lot.
Well, yeah, when I don't know if I brought this on the podcast years ago with wine glasses when I got forced to buy $50 wine glasses, like they're $50 each.
Oh, so not the one Con gave us?
No. They're really... They're priceless, those ones.
Absolutely.
They don't have a price because they're so amazing.
And they gave them to us.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, Con.
Yeah. Thank you to Con and Lena at the Brighton Trophy Centre.
Such a star.
They were fucking huge.
Yeah.
And then that brought me back to working at Red Square with the fish bowls.
Oh, don't. $50.
Imagine pouring, I'll just have one, thanks.
Yeah.
Like,
mate, that used to happen all the time. People would order one and they just have one straw in it and you just go to town.
Yeah. I used to get in trouble by the boss for giving away the fish bowls to whoever I was going out with at the time.
Yeah. The Grand had them for a while too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Is there a responsible service of alcohol there?
There is now,
because of that?
They don't do them anymore. So, yeah, that all ended, I think, around 2014-ish.
Yeah.
We used to make it a bit of a thing, like back in our sort of larrikin lunatic days.
Yeah.
Like, there was a couple of us that we'd turn up at the Grand every Sunday and just turn one on. And
Sunday nights at the Grand.
Yeah, and it became a bit of a thing too. We were buying fish bowls and just tipping them on our heads in the middle of the dance floor.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Fuck, it was funny.
All I remember at Sunday nights at the Grand is when I was living with Paul Curran, we'd start at our place because he would MC Sunday nights.
Yeah.
From
He's who
memory.
I started with there.
Oh, okay, cool. So I remember he would roll up, Dylan Manov would be there, and someone would buy a bottle of the coffee flavoured
Patron. Yeah, that was their go-to, those boys.
Yeah. And I'd almost drink a whole bottle, black out, have a great night, and have to look back at the photos on the Grand Facebook the next day to find out what I actually did because it put me in a good mood and stuff like that, and obviously kept you up a lot because I'm assuming there's caffeine in it.
Yeah.
But that was epic next level drinks.
Yeah. The Grand on a Sunday was in its prime, was
huge.
something else.
So and
you could literally go there by yourself. Like, you could be sitting at home.
Yeah.
You can sit at home and go, you know what, I'm fucking going to the Grand.
Yeah.
And you'd walk in and you'd know 200 people.
Yeah, well, like one Monday morning I woke up and there's photos of me with the guys from Bondi Rescue. Like, just like...
Yeah, well, that's true because anyone from out of town, like, it was such an institution that, like, the Grand Sunday was the place to go to. So if you were here from out of town, like footy, like AFL players had come, like, on end of season trips, or when they were back from, coming back home after the season and stuff like that. And it was just, there was always someone there.
Yeah. That was similar to the Ramsgate back in the day, like before that as well. That used to be the sort of place as well where people would go. But yeah, Sunday nights at the Grand were fucking massive. And the good thing about that is it started early afternoon.
Yeah, 4-ish.
Yeah, I was going to say 3:30 to 5 or whatever. So 4-ish works because it's right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. And you could literally stay there all day, all afternoon, and go into the night and have the best night ever.
Yeah.
And wouldn't have to leave anywhere, and it would be cheap drinks. You'd have your 2-for-1 fire trucks at some point.
Yeah. Towards the end of, like, its peak, we got a really good deal where we'd get, like, $70 rooms. Because as DJs, yeah. So if you knew you were going to, like...
Why didn't you tell me that?
Well...
When I was hammered, hanging off the microphone saying, "What's up, Melbourne?" dressed as a pirate.
You could have
told me upstairs.
Do you know, it was so good because you just get that fucked, and then all you'd have to do is just walk into the hotel, up the elevator, straight into bed.
You know what?
And you could drive there because you knew you were driving home the next day.
I'd end up in, like, after parties with, like, the venue managers and stuff. They never told me that. Probably I was in the state they didn't want to be hanging around the hotel.
Well, they did tell you that.
Nah, man, let's go out. Let's go hit fucking Rocket.
No, Red Square used to do Red Light District, and that would close at like 6 on a Monday morning. So Grand would close at 3, and this is pre-lockout. So Grand would close at 3. You'd jump in a cab if you weren't ready to wrap it up. And you'd go straight to there, and you'd have 2 hours of Red Square up your sleeve. Elite.
I did that a few times.
Yeah, and they used to walk in. It was so relaxed. It was like bean bags and stuff like that. It was such a different feel to the normal Red Square.
Back in the day, I don't know if you remember this or not, but those all-nighters, like, I'd end up... Was this before I was DJing or as I was DJing? Either way, I'd end up at Rise Like, and
I
then
never went there.
didn't like.
Nah.
I got bashed up by I got beaten up by a lady on the dance floor.
That's why I never went there.
And then because while you're getting mid bashed, you sort of think to yourself, I can't fight back. A, because there's a female,
It's a woman.
but also there's bikers everywhere,
Yeah.
all looking at me,
And she's probably having sex with one of them, and I'll probably get
at the time of me getting bashed. Yeah. Oh, what about that moaning was? I thought you were enjoying beating me up. I turned out those other things. No, and then because you could never, like, I knew everyone there though, and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
I mean, not fine if I beat someone up.
No.
I mean, but look at me. I was a swimmer.
You beat your
I had
pants.
good shoulders. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? So I used to just try to leave and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But then I'd always end up. There was always the Brickworks. There was a record store there called Midtown Records
Right.
that we'd all end up going to at 6 a.m.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and like this is generally on a Saturday night, so
Yeah.
Sunday morning, and then the Brickworks would open up.
Right.
But Midtown Records would go upstairs. It was like in this like attic area. I mean, everyone was addicts, but like, you know what I'm
Topical.
saying? Yeah, boy. And would always end up hanging out there listening to some hard house at like fucking 7 a.m. And then around the corner, there was a street called Pym Street,
Yeah.
where there was a renowned house that everyone would go to.
Oh, no. Just like a drop-in house. That
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just knew something was going on there.
So I feel sorry for everyone that lived around that house because it was the ultimate after hours pad. I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
But that makes me feel very seedy.
Do you know the best thing about those times were is because of what we were doing for work, we could do that because we had no responsibility the next day.
Yeah.
I didn't have to work. I wasn't working a 9 to 5. So you get fucked at the Grand until 4 a.m.
Yep.
I didn't have work Monday.
Nah, mate, you've earned your $49
An hour.
no, full night. Oh, right. Gee, you got paid heaps. But that was the thing. Like, it was so good, but right now I can think of the seedy feeling that you would always have every morning.
I had a routine. Next day, I used to live opposite this bakery.
Yeah.
So I'd wake up like midday, roll over, get a sausage roll and a donut, walk,
so good.
and then just go back to bed. And that was Monday.
Amazing.
And then it was Tuesday.
What was your go-to food?
Sausage roll with sauce. Yeah, always sausage roll.
Vanilla slice?
Nah, sprinkled donut.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sprinkled donut guy.
Did that sort of, I guess, help soak up the alcohol from the previous night?
No, I think you know what it was? I think I was like, slept through breakfast. I deserve this.
Yeah, let's go straight to dessert. A bit of a sausage.
The bloke knew me. Like, it just became routine.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but he knew my order.
Good customer service helps
I think
everyone,
so.
right?
Yeah, I think
helps
so.
the business, helps
Yeah.
you to consume food.
That's right.
Hand out your hard-earned cash from the night before.
Yeah. What was left?
Yeah, that's
You
right.
get paid on a Friday. By Monday, it was slim pickings.
That's where I used to get stooged at a few places because, say, Earth, free flowing, like literally all the DJs would be out with the owner in the back of the nightclub.
Green room sort of style.
No, not even that. It was where all the alcohol was kept inside the cage.
Dry store.
So, yeah. So literally, like the back bar was on the big back wall, and through that door there was this massive cage, probably the size of this room.
Yep.
Just full of booze.
Big enough.
And the boss would just be sitting there, and we'd all just be hanging out, drinking, just free flowing out of bottles and stuff.
So that was where like the low wages were subsidised by the amount
I was paid
of free
pretty good there.
free alcohol that you get though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like-
That was my highest paying gig. But I was only there for an hour
Yeah.
at a time, but I was there for 3 or 4 hours, I guess, in the evening if I wasn't working.
Did you go
before or
savvy
after.
much?
Yeah, Saturday nights used to be Little Pub and a Hindley. Then I'd go next door to Earth. Then I'd go to church.
Right.
Not the
church,
Jesus one,
No,
but the
synagogue.
nightclub.
Yeah.
And I'd do 3 till 5 there. So I'd do 1 till 2 at Earth, try to work out where I was in the world, then be driven to church, have to be carried out of the car like John Laws into a radio station now. And then I'd be carried through to the booth. And then I'd always get the same drink handed to me, which was double scotch and Coke with this big iceberg of a fucking ice block in it.
Right.
And then I'd fucked up one week and I was like, double scotch and vodka with a Coke.
Double scotch and vodka.
And that became a running joke. So that was always handed to me as I walked in every time as I'm being carried by two people. like I should be in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And I would do that till 5. And then would try to work out how to get home or go out after that.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'd go to Savvy. But I'd only be there for like half an hour.
Not much.
If that.
Yeah, this is kind of like one of those drop-in places, wasn't it? You
Yeah.
just go there because it's there.
Yep.
You wouldn't spend a whole night.
And you go next door to...
Marble. Oh, no, Shivago.
Shivago.
That's where it was before it moved. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeez, that was some crazy times.
Yeah.
I look back at that and go, fucking, that was pretty wild.
We had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad for all the people that paid to go out. Like we got paid to go out.
Yeah.
And then got free booze.
Yeah, that's
but,
right.
Oh, sorry, off the back of the whole booze thing, some places you go work out later on, you get, when they give you drink cards instead of like offering you booze.
Booze, yeah.
You might use the drink cards and you're like, I'm still thirsty. And then you start spending your own cash.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck am I spending my own cash?
I know.
Entertain you guys.
Just give me a bottle.
Like, you guys are probably making,
50 grand.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Door
like,
and bar. 50 grand, call it.
Well, HQ, we're doing like, when we did the fresh parties there, here you go, here's some fucking information for you that shouldn't be out. I mean, everyone's valet, so it's all good. So when we did the parties, so we'd make 24,000 on the door.
Yeah.
For one night, and then the bar would turn over 110 grand.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, boy.
We used to get showered in post-event gifts and
$100
long lunches
bills.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was back in those days. I could only imagine what
Now.
a place like that, if it was as successful, would be turning over.
Inflation.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to one guy the other day who was one of the guys that started Magic Mountain.
Right.
Had this huge amusement business, and he was saying about how the pokies killed the whole entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Because all those rooms that were generally for bands and DJs got turned into pokey rooms.
Yeah.
In all the pubs and clubs. But then people would the ones that would actually be barflies or constant people that go to every a venue every week for the events ended up just spending their cash on the pokies and not being there for the DJs and stuff. And I guess that's why you see just a pretty lackluster entertainment industry now
it's
in
not
the
what it
venues
was.
and stuff.
Yeah, it's a dying scene.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, the talent's great, but there's not enough people going out to enjoy that.
And it's also so watered down now because there's so many people trying to cash in on the like there's fucking 10 venues on Highley Street that are all doing the same thing at the moment.
Yeah, right.
And there's not enough people going out.
Yeah,
so you're diluting your crowd.
Yeah. And I'm assuming like alcohol tax is fucking huge, so it's rough on the venues.
Absolutely.
Is it still a thing where like are the venues booking the entertainment, or is it all agencies now?
It's gone the other way. There's not many acts and stuff coming back to Adelaide.
Oh, okay.
Like it's all just resident guys going back to that because people are going out anyway.
Is that because they're the ones that will take $50 an hour now?
Correct, yeah. So you're paying $50 an hour instead of paying an act $4,000 for an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then your flights and a com and meals and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, it's in it's in a bit of a reset period, I think. Like, you got to remember that there's 18 months worth of 18-year-olds that never got to experience their 18th birthday by going out.
Fuck, yeah, I didn't even think of that.
You know what I mean? So you've got these guys that it's starting from scratch for them.
Yeah, right.
So, you know, when like other people turn 18, you know, you used to go to HQ because your brother went there.
Yeah,
or you used to go to Reds because your brother or your sister went there.
Yep.
These kids turned 18, they didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
Because of COVID. Nothing was open. Nothing was what it was. So then when it all reopened again, it was just like fucking Browns cows. People going here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
No club loyalty.
Yeah.
No one was just a Reds person, or no one was just a Dog and Dark, or you know what I mean? Like it was.
You know what's interesting? Like just thinking about the whole, no one's committed to a particular venue or whatever. Like back in the day, I remember this, like essentially the same DJs were playing everywhere.
Yeah.
And they would maneuver around the night. We would end up following the DJ Brendans.
Yeah.
They would play the same set in every club.
Yeah.
Would fucking go nuts and would go to every club, pay it. You know, I mean, we were fresh, so we probably weren't paying.
Yeah.
But like, we would like to pay if we needed to.
Yeah.
To get into the place. But like, we were there for the entertainment, not just the venue.
Yeah. Yeah,
If you know what I mean. So
Yeah,
it's interesting how that's all changed.
Absolutely.
If you were going to go out now, what would you do?
Not.
Yeah. Do a U-turn.
Go home.
Stop at a Macca's. Get a heap of shit and
I
fucking
don't
go
know.
back.
No, I don't know what I'd do. Probably something a little bit.
Or would you think about like daytime stuff instead?
Probably. I think, that's the go. I reckon like a winery or something like that, or just go to the pub.
Yep.
Wrap it up by sort of 5, 6 p.m. and sleep it off.
Yeah.
I think that's probably where I'm at.
Well, I think do you reckon, especially after your night the other week, where you played out and you got home late, do you think that the hangover the next day is worse because of the sleep deprivation?
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The majority of it.
So if you get a good night's sleep, I reckon you sleep through the worst of it.
Yeah.
And you actually wake up not too bad.
Yeah.
That's why day drinking's good. Because you drink during the day, go to bed at a normal time, your hangover is while you're sleeping.
Yeah, good point.
Then you wake up.
Cheers, I'm going to crack one of these little back breweries now.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
I'll show you this TikTok, actually. This TikTok popped up and it just not reminded me of you, but...
Oh, thanks.
Better be a good one now. Something
worded like that.
Something that I think you'd enjoy.
Yeah.
So these are the best college names
Yeah.
in college football
Okay.
currently. And these are real.
Yep. Is this audio?
It is audio.
Okay.
In honor of college football starting up this week, here are some of the best names in the country, all who will be suiting up this year. Oh, and yes, these are real names. DeColdis Crawford, Louisiana Tech. General Booty, Oklahoma.
What?
Kool-Aid McKinstry, Alabama. Major Burns, LSU. Yes, this is his name. Octavius Oxendine, Kentucky. Mobility, Rice University.
No way.
Guys, I'm not making this shit up. Cavassier Smoke, Colorado. Shida Salah, Boston College. Broadcasters, good luck with that one. Steel Chambers, Ohio State. Storm Duck, Louisville. Pig Cage, UTSA.
No.
Really? Fish McWilliams, UAB. Memorable Factor, Duke. Memorable Factor? Are you fucking kidding me?
Like Pig Cage. Memorable Factor.
Like legit?
Legit,
Like,
man. There's photos of them.
Man, it doesn't make any
It's
sense.
funny, though.
Mobility factor.
Mobility. MOH, last name Bility. Bility. Mobility.
Oh, my goodness. I reckon I might have... Keep talking.
Okay.
'cause I reckon I might have these...
Fish McWilliams. That sounds like a McDonald's burger. Yeah,
What?
can I have one large Fish McWilliams burger, please?
Just a punch in the face. Let me see if I've got this thing here. I know you've got to go.
I hope you've got it.
I've really just talked it up. Yeah.
You have. Yeah, it would want to be good. Well, let's have a bet. When are we expecting these other two to come back?
Is the bet like before Christmas or after?
Well, you take whichever one you want. I'll give you the odds.
I reckon there might be a chance of next week.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not because I haven't enjoyed this with you, but, getting the team back together.
Yeah. It's like Blues Brothers,
Yeah, get the band back.
Yeah, we'll walk around and go, hey guys, it's time to come back in the studio. Let's do this.
Do you, when people walk past, right, and they see what we're doing,
Yeah.
do you reckon they're like, there's that thing going around, let's start a podcast? Do you
Oh,
reckon-
yeah, totally. Happens all the time.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got an idea for a podcast. Have you, mate?
Yeah.
This will be good.
Boys, let's start a podcast. We were doing it before it was cool. So was Andy. Andy's been doing it for years.
Yeah. Fuck.
Mobility.
Just the word mo.
Mo.
Yeah, like. But surely that the way the world works and cultures change and words mean different things and
Yeah.
words may become offensive in the future that
Yeah.
may be not offensive now.
Yep.
So like the word Matt, that might come out
Be
as
offensive.
being really offensive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Because people walk on mats and I might go, well, I don't wish to be called that. I don't want to be walked on.
Yeah, I mean, that could be it.
Probably won't be, but
But like,
I was drawing a long bow there.
if your name Matt became a word that is to do with something very bad in the future, would
I
you
change
think
it?
about changing it?
No.
No, you just roll with it
Yeah.
and just be offensive, Matt.
Yeah. Pretty much.
All right, well, let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah, bro. It's been good.
You got to head off and prepare for the
life.
Mad Monday.
Mad Monday, yeah. I got to get my kit sorted.
Yeah, I've got to sort out some Little Bang Brewery.
Yeah, i.e. drink it.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of drinking,
Yep.
get your glassware from Brighton Trevi Centre.
100%.
Get it
Conlena.
etched, get it sublimated.
Yep.
Whatever they call it these days.
Drink out of it.
Yeah, and cheers away. Thank you to Conlena from the Brighton Trevi Centre for taking care of business.
Yes.
Buy some merchandise.
It's been good.
Yep. Subscribe and review, whatever it is.
Like and subscribe.
That's it.
Thanks for listening to Best Teammates. Follow us on socials and make sure you subscribe.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.